Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the TNA Ring Report here on Pro Wrestling Show. Coming up, live matches we got coming up here. Here's what we're going to talk about. Moose takes on Cedric Alexander. Moose takes on Cedric tonight, one-on-one. We'll see that tonight, as well as Nick Hartwell takes on M by Evans with the Ash by Elegance brand by her corner. We'll talk about that here. Special TNA champion Mike Santana makes his appearances, winning the championship. What Mike Santana's got to say, we'll hear from Mike Santana coming up. As well as who is the newest member of the system. They will be revealed. You won't believe the shocking details right here. What went down, we'll talk about it. It's the newest member of the system. Get the TNA Ring Report started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the TNA Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad to join us here on the TNA Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Get to subscribe. All right. We got the TNA Ring Report. Let's get started right here, right now. TNA came to Albuquerque, New Mexico for their television tape. So they're going to be taped. They did a live taping tonight. Doing one tomorrow. Let's get to this right here. And you won't believe what went down tonight. We're going to get started with this. Moose taking on Cedric Alexander. Moose taking on Cedric Alexander. What a match that was. Cedric Alexander and Moose had a hard-fought matchup. Hard-fought. Cedric Alexander giving his all to Moose. Tell you that Moose won the match over Cedric Alexander. Won a match that was Moose getting the victory. And Moose Cedric Alexander getting the victory after coming out last week. We'll see what's going on next. Coming up after Ced. Not Ced would probably be in the hurt business, but Ced he kind of fits in TNA with their marketing stuff like that. Well, we keep seeing this man right here. No offense to Carlos Silva. You got the deal. You landed the deal. It's time for you, man, to not be all over the TNA product all the time. And I think Carlos Silva kind of getting a little bit to the point that he loves the TV, the attention, and stuff like that. He's acting more like his predecessor, Dixie Carter. Likes the attention, the prestige and all of that. Not offense to Carlos Silva, but sometimes, man, you got to lean back and focus on the business side, not be on the TV side. Running like he wants to be like Vince McMahon or something. Like Carlos Silva, we're gonna give you this pass, but man, you got to lay back a little bit. Well, speaking of that, we hear from the new TNA champion, Mike Santana. Mike Santana making his appearance in TNA. Winning the championship last week, Santana defeating the odds. Even met former TNA champion AJ Styles. Mike Santana won the TNA championship last week for Frankie Kazarian. Kazarian's out with an injury. Hard-fought battle for Kazarian. Kazarian will be a part of the, how that went and how that went down and stuff like that. But Kazarian, situation, but Mike Santana came out there to address people that want to come for him, and he's saying that, hey, I'm here. I know I got a target on my back. Whoever ready to challenge me for my belt, be ready, be square. I'm ready. I'm prime. I'm focused. I know Nick Nemeth is coming. Nick Nemeth was a part of that match last week. He all right down the middle, but Nick Nemeth keeping his eye on, and Mike Santana also said that he's going to keep his eye on the Feast or Fire person who ever got a world championship match down the road. So Mike Santana keep his options open. I can tell you that by Santana. Mike Santana, a proud champion, a fighting championship. Took what he wanted, and also said that his dad, before his dad passed, dad sent him a voicemail of everything was going through. But we go to this right here. Right here. Indy Hartwell and Ash by Elegance, him by Elegance, had their match. Indy Hartwell, the Elegance brand coming out there with Ash and Ash by Elegance, Mr. Elegance, and everybody else coming out there, the concierge, or whatever you want to call him. He was out there trying to keep tabs and stuff like that. Well, we thought there was problems within the Elegance brand. Indy Hartwell won her match. But Ash by Elegance looked like she was gonna get double teamed by her own group until it was all a ruse and a plot that the Elegance brand did and attack the women's champion Lee Lynn and Indy Hartwell and a couple of other friends. And they was just a setup. The Elegance brand looked like they want to be dominant champions. They got the tag team titles. Now they want the world champion, the women's title, as a badge for the collection and stuff. Well, we get to this right here. The Feast or Fire match. A lot of competitors, you know about Feast or Fire. Feast or Fire is like 4 briefcases. One of those 4 briefcases, one gets a TNA title championship match, tag team title match, and a extra championship match. Well as, as well as someone's going to get fired. Well, we saw the competitor Steve Macklin was in this somewhat ladder match as well. That was the object to go. A lot of people, Vance Warner was in this. Chris Swan, a former TNA champion, Ryan Nimitz, the brother of former champion Ryan Nick Nimitz, and a returning Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel may not be a part of AEW. He was about to leave Impact, TNA. He came back, and Trey Miguel looks like he's going to be getting back to what he was. You know, he's no longer with his Rascals. They went on, but I don't think they're going to like business jobbers. But anyway, Trey Miguel returning. Trey Miguel should be up there with his buddies. But you see, Eric Young stole one of the briefcases from the hometown man. Stole his briefcase, man. The man had the briefcase and stole his briefcase. Eric Young, former world champion, looks like he wants to get back into world championship contention. Stealing folks' briefcase. Man, oh man. Steve Macklin, another former world champion, wants to get back on the hunt. It's like he got himself a briefcase. Steve Macklin back into the hunt as well. So Steve Macklin back as well. But a lot of people, a lot of 2 former world champions, as well as my dog Trey. One got him a briefcase, just coming back. And I think he got screwed by AEW. But Trey Miguel winning him a briefcase. Kudos for Trey of winning the briefcase, and good for Trey for winning. So a lot of briefcases coming down in town. We saw that. Well as I want to say the system, Eddie Edwards and his group, the system, Brian Myers sacrificing himself to get they got a briefcase, and they did so tonight, winning their briefcase. They could go for a tag team briefcase, but you won't believe the unbelievable things I'm going to tell you a little bit later on in the show. Speaking of that, Santino Marella and his daughter Ariana Grace trying to reconcile. If I'm Santino, I'm not trusting that one bit. The daughter kick you in the groin in favor of her ex-husband. What's going on with that? You got to be careful, Santino, on that. When situations like that come to arise. So hopefully Santino knows this could all be a setup, be a ploy. Well, we see Cora Jade come out there. She said she's gonna be the future of the Knockouts division. Signed 1-year deal. Cora Jade looks like she's gonna want to be a future Knockouts champion. Cora Jade calls herself Elena Black, but she could be a Knockouts champion sooner rather than later. A couple of months comes, we'll see how all that's gonna play out on and stuff like that. But the Elegance brand saying that it was all a ruse. They did what they did to in the head. So the Elegance brand are back in tag and saying thought there was tension going on, but it was that all in the plan. But I guess some people just didn't know the plan came together. One saw that. Also, too, in attendance was Chris Van Lee. Chris Van Lee, interviewer to the wrestling personalities. He's one. You could might well say he's a wrestling personality, interviewing all the wrestlers, getting those high profile interviews with Cena and everybody else. So Chris Van Vliet was in attendance, and he probably interviewing somebody. Knowing Chris Van Vliet, interviewing somebody in attendance. So I won't be shocked nor surprised that Van Vliet's gonna have an impact star. Probably Santana, or probably somebody big. Like Santana's one of the biggest champions of all right now. Well, looks like Nick Nemeth, who's trying to bully his white bully folks, now he's bullying BDE, trying to bully like the index stars and challenge BDE to a match for next week. So that match will take place next week. We'll see that next week on Impact. Challenge them at BDE, trying to step up as always, stepping up to the cause. Righteousness fell short, not winning the TNA tag titles. The Righteousness said that they're gonna means the way everybody in Impact, whatever that might be for the Righteousness. We might see however that's going to go for the Righteousness. We'll see how that's going to be coming up. We know that next week on the Impact. AJ Francis taking on Rich Swann. These two were once buddies. Now they're bitter friends. Now they're going to go and we'll see how this is going to play out eventually between AJ Francis and Rich Swann next week. So it's going to be really tensions going up next week between these two. Well, we were trying to see after we saw that the system one there was one of the members to win the Feast of Fire gets themselves a future. We'll see next week what's going to reveal for the system. The system picking up more gold, not the system. Showing the system. There's the system right there. As we see they picked up gold. They were trying to see who's going to be the final member of that group. Who's going to join them next week? Join the system. Who's going to find out and stuff. But it was a big swerve that everybody did not see coming. No one didn't see this coming. JDC got kicked out as well as Moose. And now the system has grew. They kicked out two of their members for two new members. Cedric Alexander, who was in a match against Moose earlier, said was in a match against Moose. Cedric Alexander part of this, as well as I can't believe that. The system doing that, kicking out Moose and Fandango. Fandango now part of the system no more, as well as Moose. It's gonna get Moose his babyface run again. And then that what almost a decade ago when Moose was real popular. In fact, Moose stayed around. Moose is a TNA life. But when you think about it, he started in 2015. Moose has been really been gravitating. I saw the response. Moose gonna be a member down the road. So what they got going on stuff. We'll see how this gonna go. See what that's gonna be for Moose heading towards what they got going on. Stuff like that. Hold on, folks. Let me make sure I got my shit. I said, it's a shocker. Moose, part of Moose getting kicked out of the system. Did not see that one coming. Moose gone from the system as well as Fandango. So, like you said, it's crazy. But I'm not shocked. Not shocked nor surprised. Moose got the system along with Fandango and the rest of them. Real crazy, but crazy to see that. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the TNA Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the SmackDown Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.